in the precarious world of today, the strongest relationship among men is still that between father and son. The father knows that one day his son must leave home to face the future on his own. This youngster believes that his future is in the air, in flight above the earth. He begins that future on the ground, before an RAF interviewing officer. And all the young men who enter this room want to fly. They come in diffidently and the officer looks up. And I suppose you want to be aircrew like everyone else. Well, we can only use the pick of chaps like you. It's up to you to prove to us that you've got what it takes to be a pilot. Now, let's see how you made out at school. Mathematics above average. That's useful these days. When I learned to fly, we flew mostly by common sense and good judgment. Now it's different. Thorough ground instruction is a first essential. Learning to fly is not all jam, you know. But you're really keen? Good. Well, we'll give you a crack at the selection board. But these days you won't be much of a pilot until you've learned discipline, until you've been fitted up by a strenuous and scientific PT course. There's no future in hoping to fly a jet one day until your mind and your body work in perfect coordination, like a precision-built machine. It'll be a long time before any of these cadets now arriving at a flying training school will be allowed or able to fly the latest jet aircraft. But until the unforgettable moment arrives, when they go up in a trainer aircraft for the first time, their feet will be earthbound, though their eyes will be fixed on their future, on machines hurtling through the sky. But at last there arrives a red-letter day in the young life of the aspiring pilot whose fortunes we are following. Today he is going up for the first time in apprentice aircraft fitted with dual control. He tries to look confident, yes, and even bored, as though the whole business were just a piece of cake. Maybe the instructor knows better. He's been up with youngsters before on their first flight. It looks simple enough from the ground, but this lad's turn has still to come. Our man's unlucky because at the end of his first flight, he'll have to come into land with the sun in his eyes. Anyway, it's a first-class practice. In the old days, initial flying training meant tiger moths. It sounds like another century when you see youngsters just out of school starting on apprentices right from the beginning. Approach, okay. Not bad for a first effort. Uh-oh, he didn't hold off, and she bumps. Plenty of experts on the ground. The instructor, now that he's back on terra firma too, smiles at him and lets him off lightly. You're handling an aircraft, young Simpson, not a Sherman tank. Well, perhaps the boy feels pretty bad about what was intended to be a perfect three-point landing. Still, he's got to start sometime. In the meantime, even a cadet with his eyes on far horizons marches on his stomach. And the NAFI van's arrival gives him and his friends a chance to talk the interminable and bewildering shop of flying men while they struggle to grab a NAFI donut and a cup of tea. These cadets are allotted the same instructor throughout their flying training. In this way, teacher and pupil become a two-men team who understand one another. It helps, too, when cadets are switched to applied trainers like Harvard's. Navigation's another part of the training these cadets receive at flying school. No use being able to fly if you don't know where you're flying to. For some of the youngsters, a solo navigational exercise is almost as nerve-wracking as the first solo flight. One of the tests is to fly accurately on a given course. He's been briefed, he's signed the log after briefing, and it looks easy on the map. But it's different when you're airborne and looking down on the earth rushing past beneath you. All training, even if you enjoy it, has got to come to an end sometime. Well, you're a PT king, you can square bash like a guardsman, your navigation is superb. And you do a good bit of bookwork now and then. But can you fly? Well, you've been up and you've managed to get down without smashing your neck in one of His Majesty's training aircraft. But whether you can fly as the RAF understands the term, well, you'll learn that one day. An airwoman appears with the vital list. You've passed. You've got your wings at last. Bill? Well, Bill didn't make it. Hard luck, old chap. He takes it well, hands you the wings he so confidently bought. Thanks, Bill. At last, your wings are sewn onto your tunic. You've earned your future. You're free to range over the world, to fly across ocean and sea, desert, ravine and mountain, over Europe, the Middle East, Africa, the Far East. While earthbound men are tied to maps and to a globe, you have broken the fetters that bind you. It seems a different age since you and Bill savored the magic of the names of distant places and strange lands. Soon you will be flying to those lands, ranging at speed far above the surface of the earth. You fly into the distant, intangible horizons of tomorrow, because your future, like the future of your whole generation, is in flight.